Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Me, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. Red-haired Shanks is one of the 4 most powerful pirates in the world of One Piece, possessing an extremely powerful haki that makes even the other Yonko fear him. Because of his fame and alleged power, Shanks is currently considered the most dangerous Yonko in the world, although there are still some pirates who would dare to challenge him to find out exactly how powerful he is. So today's video, we're going to talk about the great strength of this emperor known as Red-haired Shanks, the redhead that makes him feared worldwide, and about his skills that we've seen so far. Before we dive into the video, if you're new to the channel or even if you've watched a bunch of our videos, we'd be absolutely honored if you'd leave us a like and even subscribe and maybe leave us a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out, especially with that old YouTube algorithm, and it keeps motivating us to make more content. And if you'd like to help out the channel in a bigger way, consider sharing this video or another one of your favorites with a friend. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So my friends, as one of the 4 emperors, Shanks is one of the 4 most powerful pirates in the world, having a huge bounty that has got to be the highest among all of the current emperors. Kaido, who was known as the strongest creature in the world, has placed Shanks in the same elite class as other legendary pirates who really have the strength to face him in battle. People such as Goldie Roger, Whitebeard, Kozuki Oden, and his ex-captain Rox. One of the largest pieces of evidence was the fact that Shanks was able to stop Kaido from going to Marineford and fighting Whitebeard the day before the big battle occurred. And then later, Shanks still made it to Marineford. During this epic battle, Admiral Akainu fought Whitebeard's many division commanders, 2 former warlords of the sea, and even Whitebeard himself, but never did he dare challenge Shanks when he appeared. Akainu seemed to fear the great power of Shanks, who was still at his peak, being one of the most powerful Yonko, possessing a strength that may be very close to that of Roger, his former captain. Even members of the worst generation, such as Eustace Kid, Scratchman Apu, and Basil Hawkins, had to create an alliance between themselves in order to even have a chance of taking down Shanks. But the alliance didn't do much good since Kaido was able to capture them even before they found Shanks. We also saw at the end of the Wano arc that Admiral Ryukugyu chose to back down in his attempt to take Luffy's life after he realized that Shanks was present outside of Wano country, demonstrating that indeed Shanks' fame is feared even among the admirals. Shanks had enough power to end the great battle that was taking place in Marineford with simply words. When he stated that there would be no more fighting, no one stepped forward to challenge him when he offered himself and his crew as the next fighters. Even the Gorosei stated that Shanks is one of the few people that would be able to stop Blackbeard. That faith was proved when Shanks offered to fight Blackbeard and he intended to engage him, and rather, Teach just decided to refuse and stop fighting and ordered his crew to walk away. This refusal to fight was despite the fact that he had just acquired the powers of the Goro no Mi, along with his original Devil Fruit, as well as empowering his crew with many of the most powerful prisoners from the 6th level of Impel Down. Furthermore, when Shanks requested that Whitebeard and Ace's dignity not be violated, Sengoku himself decided to stop the Great Battle of Marineford and offered to take responsibility if anyone had a problem with it. This shows that despite being a pirate, Shanks had somehow earned Sengoku's respect, something no other pirate besides Whitebeard is known to have ever achieved. Shanks also possesses enough influence to gain a personal audience with the Gorosei, who, like the world government leaders, would normally consider him an enemy. In addition to that, Shanks apparently belongs to a family of world nobles, the Fearlin, although he was abandoned in the past when he was just a baby for unknown reasons. In terms of skills and strength, Shanks possesses immense physical strength, as he was once the rival of Dracula Mihawk, a master swordsman with tremendous power who could overwhelm Zoro in terms of brute strength with immense ease and delicacy. Even with only one arm, Shanks can apply tremendous power to his swordsmanship and is able to easily match Whitebeard, a gigantic man who can completely overwhelm giants and an entire army of powerful and skilled marine officers. With his physical strength combined with his armament haki, Shanks could hold his own against Akainu's Magma Fist, which has an extremely destructive offensive power. This demonstrates that Shanks has the ability to defend himself from multiple powerful attacks with pretty great ease, becoming as efficient for defense as he is for attack. We've also seen that Shanks possesses immense levels of stamina and pain tolerance, because even after having his arm bitten by a Sea King that tried to eat Luffy, Shanks wasn't intimidated despite the heavy bleeding and simply used his Conqueror's Haki to scare away the Sea King. Shanks is also extremely fast, as we saw when he intercepted Akainu's attack before he could take Kobe's life, despite having just arrived at Marineford. Even Kid says that Shanks was fast enough to take his arm without him noticing or seeing Shanks' face. Now, it's still up to debate whether it was Shanks or Ben Beckman or some other member of the red-haired pirate's crew, but this still demonstrates that Shanks really does possess a surprising level of speed. We also know, as former rival of Dracula Mihawk, the greatest swordsman in the world, Shanks is an immensely skilled master swordsman, and before losing his arm, he completed relentlessly in duels with Mihawk. And even after losing his arm, Shanks is still able to match a blow with Whitebeard, which is a testament to his prowess in his swordsmanship. And because he was able to so easily block Akainu's Magma Fist with just his sword and armament haki, we see that he possesses a near absolute defensive ability. It may be that Shanks is one of the few people in the world who has truly mastered all three types of haki, because even Whitebeard praised Shanks for his haki when he used it on his visit, with Jozu stating that it was quite impressive. And that mastery goes pretty deep, because it seems that Shanks possesses a deep mastery in the use of Conqueror's haki, a rare type of haki that only one in several million people in the world can use because you have to be born with it. While boarding the Moby Dick, Whitebeard's flagship, Shanks was easily able to knock out dozens of men who were seasoned men capable of surviving in the New World. And as he walked towards Whitebeard, using his haki to knock out as many pirates as possible so he wouldn't be at a huge disadvantage, Whitebeard's ship was also damaged by the force of just his presence, stunning all those around him. We also learned that at the time, Shanks' Conqueror's haki was at least twice as powerful as Luffy's at the same time when he entered Fishman Island, because when Luffy could only knock out 50,000 of the new Fishman pirates, Shanks could have easily knocked out all 100,000. Now granted, this is not a complete measurement, it was just a reference point, and it demonstrates how far Luffy still needs to improve his haki so that he could reach the same level that Shanks managed to obtain throughout his entire journey as a pirate. One of the most recent and most impressive feats was that during the Wano arc, he released a massive blast of Conqueror's haki that paralyzed Admiral Ryokugyu, stopping him in his tracks miles away at sea without ever needing to set foot in Wado country. And both Jinbei and Yamato stated that such a display of haki was just monstrous. Even though the Admiral wasn't afraid of the great strength of the new Yonko, Monkey D. Luffy, once he sensed Shanks' presence through his haki, Ryokugyu showed great concern and gave up on capturing Luffy. It's also been said that Shanks seems to possess a unique technique where he utilizes his advanced Conqueror's haki, and that allows Shanks to control his own presence, preventing others from using Future Sight, becoming a totally unpredictable enemy and extremely difficult to face even for the most powerful pirates or marines. In terms of his armament haki, Shanks is also an extremely skilled user, because during the Battle of Marineford, his haki-infused sword easily blocked Akainu's Magma Punch, which was again powerful enough to burn his foes such as Ace, Jinbei, and even the other Yonko, Whitebeard. Of course, it also goes without saying that he has immense ability in observation haki, as he was able to sense a strange presence miles away from Wano country, being able to feel the presence of the citizens of Wano being extremely far away, and he could still target Ryokugyu. Now, even though Shanks has an extremely powerful level of haki and advanced mastery, that's not the only thing that makes him a powerful character. Shanks is a great swordsman and wields a sword called Griffin in battle. Griffin is a large saber with a single-edged blade and a large handguard, and he can coat his sword in a fiery aura and use it against his enemies. And it could very well be one of the 12 most powerful swords in the world of One Piece. Remember too that his sword skills during the past were compared to those of Mihawk, being his greatest rival and opponent who competed for the title of greatest swordsman in the world. However, now that Shanks has lost his arm and started to seek greater power, he lost his rivalry with Mihawk but became even stronger even than Mihawk, allowing him to reach the rank of Yonko. So as we can see, Shanks is very powerful and could become a great threat to Luffy in the future, since both are after the One Piece treasure. Luffy's already said that he wants to face Shanks, so in the future, we're likely to see a great battle between these two powerful Yonko, in a battle which may decide who has the haki, greater strength between them, which could be one of the greatest battles we've ever seen in our story, and could even decide who eventually gets the One Piece. But with all that said, my friends, we'd love to know what you think about it. What do you think Shanks' real abilities are? I mean, he is one of the best known but best guarded secret characters in the entire story. We've seen and heard so many great accolades, yet seen very little, whether it be in the manga or in the anime. Where do you think he got all this power, and what do you think he plans to do with it? Do you think it's really about betting on the next generation and Luffy? Or do you think that maybe, just maybe, he's been working on a longer con than even Teach has, where he is going to turn into the villain that we've never seen coming and truly threatens the balance of the world? And also, what do you think is going to happen when Shanks and Luffy have their fated reunion? There's been a lot of discussion around the community about an epic battle or a Davy back fight, or Luffy having to prove to Shanks that he truly is worthy of inheriting the title of King of the Pirates. But what do you think is going to happen when these two great pirates finally clash? Let us know what you think about all that in the comments below. So as we wrap up our video for the day, we'd like to thank you all so much for watching the video, especially those of you who've made it here to the very end. Be sure you comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, give us a like and hit that red subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. I hope to see you all in our next video, and let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.